Good morning. Happy Tuesday, July 15th, Power Hitter Solar Word Tribe, and all of our Power family. Like that video, comment, share this video if you're watching it on YouTube. I'm glad you made it here today. And normally we start off with some success stories and share perspective of the day. But we actually have a special guest today. So I appreciate him jumping on here right now. Let me go ahead and bring him up. So before we share success stories and updates today, I wanted Monty from corporate to come on. And, Monty, I just want to keep this like a few minutes conversation, little interview, because some people don't know you, some people do know you. Your job title has changed lately. What you're doing, where the hats you wear is changing dramatically. Just like the solar industry needs to stay resilient and change and evolve and grow. And a lot of us are struggling. On the flip side, corporate has to be tested and pushed and grow. And there's been losses, and some people have had to move on. And so we appreciate you and everyone at corporate and your team. So if you don't mind, just start off, introduce yourself, where you're from, what your title is, and maybe just, the 30-second background of Monty's solar story, and then we can get into what you do at Power, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. Happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me. I've been in solar for 11 years this fall. I started right out of college and have grown with it. But I am currently the director of sales operations for Power. And that means that I have a lot of hats, like Jonathan said. So as of recently, I directly manage change orders, intake, sales success, market and product analytics, as well as enterprise. So I have all of those under me now. And that's all happened I've only been here for a year. So that's all transitioned in the last year. And so it's been an adjustment this last few weeks for sure. But that's what I do for Power. That's the role I play, and it's the role that I am trying to fulfill right now. And to Jonathan's point, we're all adjusting as the market does as well. And so it requires a little bit more hands-on work and making sure that it's more sales focused and driven. And I think that's why they put it under me, because I come from the sales space. I started in solar as a designer and quickly moved into the sales side of things. And then eventually I helped start a company called Tefra, and they were awesome. I grew with them, and then eventually ended up moving on from them and came here to Power. But I have worked for five solar companies now and have grown in every single company I've been with, and have landed now at Power and been here the last year. So I love the solar space. What's happening right now in the market, while it can be scary, the market will adjust. It's just a matter of how long it takes for it to adjust and how we pivot with the adjustments as well. And so that's what we're trying to figure out. That's where we're trying to get answers so that in the pivot and in the change that we're ready for it and we're ready to meet the market's demands. So
Right. I think that's one of the things I appreciate about you a lot, Monty, is that you come from 11 years of solar. So a lot of corporate people don't always speak the lingo of us sales reps, and you kind of are a nice balance of both sides, understanding what we go through, but seeing the corporate side as well. And now you have a lot of things that roll up to you as you try to manage your household of what, four kids as well? Five
yeah,
kids, seven?
I'm married. I have four kids, boy, girl, girl. Their ages are 2, 4, 6, 8. So we're busy over here. And yeah, it's nuts. But it's a good kind of nuts, you know? It only gets to be crazy for so long. So
Yeah. So, the last minute or two here, I really wanted you to kind of come on. You've been spearheading and running the Power Up. So for new people, setters, I know I just recruited a few people last night, and I'm really hammering them on the Power Up Mondays and Wednesdays. So if you've attended a Power Up, can you put it in the chat if you've attended one, if you liked it, the Power Up or the handoff? And maybe if you haven't, put no or put a two in the chat if you haven't attended a Power Up. But Um, I know power ups were intended to get these setters activated, to give them the lingo needed, to get them in action. Can you speak to what those Monday and Wednesday is for, how this audience can benefit it when we recruit a setter, and maybe just the two or three things you've noticed, the language, what sets them up for success, to maximize that meeting? That was a lot.
Yeah, no, you're good. Something that Jonathan said, which I'm glad you said it, is that I speak the lingo of a sales rep, right? If you look at the role that I'm in, right, sales operations, it's meant to be the merge between sales and operations, right? It's meant to be that translation between what a sales rep needs and how to communicate that to operations and vice versa to be able to create a seamless feel for the field, right? That's what we're trying to accomplish. And I think that's also why a lot of things have been put under me is because I'm teaching sales success how to solve problems instead of pivot, right? I'm teaching change orders, how to solve change orders instead of pivot. The less third party communication we have to do and the more we can resolve in one conversation, the better, right? But in order to get there, you have to teach everybody who's on the front line how to communicate with the sales rep, how to understand the questions that they're asking, and then how to process that information. And so, likewise, that's what Power Up is meant to do to individuals who are coming into the solar space for the first time, right? If they come here and they've never sold solar in their life, if they've seen it, don't know about it, how are we expecting them to generate a lead, right? They can't even converse about it, they can't talk about it. And when you ask questions, you can tell immediately that a lot of these individuals who are coming on, while they're very excited, that excitement dwindles pretty quick when they realize how much they do have to know. You know what I mean? Like, while it's not as much as a closer needs to know, a setter still has to have some basics. They have to be able to understand certain things about how solar works and things like that. So it's been a really good experience to be able to see and cultivate the meeting based off of the skill level of people who are hopping on that call. And we adjust it. We've adjusted it weekly. We're adjusting it. We're in an adjustment phase right now. Now that we've done Power Up for like a month and a half, we're taking all the notes and all the feedback we've been given and we're revamping it again for the future. So like that's the purpose is it's not meant to be a call that's for the experienced field. It's meant to be a call for the people who are joining Power, and this is likely their very first time ever being in solar. If they've sold solar before, there's still things they can get out of that Power Up call, especially processes, how to generate a lead and put it in the system and things like that. But it's really catered to those individuals who are excited to join a platform like Power that gives them the access that and tools they need immediately, but how to then move and get action oriented immediately. Because what we've found is, and if you've been on the call, I mentioned this a lot, right? If someone who joins the platform does not participate in activity within the first week, okay, the odds of them progressing it almost drops to zero. And so it's really pivotal that in the first week that someone joins an organization that they have a mentor, right? They know who their sponsor is. They know who that individual is that they go to for questions, that they feel like they're part of a community and that they're taking those steps forward to progress. And if they're not doing that within the first week, you're going to lose them. It's just going to happen every time. So that's why Power Up became a thing. And ever since we've started launching Power Up, our lead qualification conversion rates have increased by 17%. Our lead to proposal rates have increased by 15%. Our lead to contract rate has increased by 5%. And we're starting to see these new sellers on the platform now actually getting their leads to contract conversion, which is really cool to see as well. So the little things make big wins, right? A lot of little things over time create a big win. And that's what we're trying to get to is that these people who are joining, they see their first win and they see that it's possible. Because once you see that it's possible, your mindset completely changes about things.
Got it. That's some good nuggets there, ladies and gentlemen. The first week of activity is the most important. And today we're going to touch on the sales contest that was just rolled out. We're going to touch on the new ITC toolkit with the images people could share on social media. And I just shared in the chat, Power's 4 to 5 week roadmap for new setters on the platform. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. And I know July should be heating up for us. Any expectations on the sales forecast this month, next month? I know we need to get to a few hundred sales, right?
Yes.
400. 400.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And the competition should help too. and there's some cool swag in that. We're already building out some ideas for the fall. Suggestions if you want to send them my way. I'm happy to. If you guys like Vanguard and you like some of the stuff that came from Vanguard, we're going to build off of that and try and do some stuff for the fall as well. 12 Days of Christmas, Black Friday stuff. We're trying to get creative with it. So
Very cool, Monty. Well, I know you have back-to-back meetings. We appreciate you and your corporate team and all you guys do for us in the field. So it's time to get to work. Thanks for jumping
yeah,
on. Give
absolutely. And
Monty
we
some.
appreciate you guys. Seriously, thank you for all you guys do. You guys are in the front lines. It's much appreciated. It's not an easy job. So thank you for all you guys do as well.
All right, all right. We should have
See you
raffled off some Nike Vanguards. Thanks, Monty.
guys. Next time.
See you, buddy. Next time.
See ya.
All right. Yeah, so I wanted Monty to jump on here to just to give a little words of wisdom around recruiting setters. That's one of the biggest ways to earn points for this summer sales contest that we're going to cover here. So thank you, Monty, corporate team. I would like to share a few success stories, wins from the field the last week or two. Maybe you mentioned the big bill. Maybe you hit up your old clients. Maybe you got motivated from the CEO call or the Friday training with Charles, Bobby, and me. You took some action over the weekend. I know Jordan Shaw signed up one or two deals, and a lot of you guys and gals are signing up deals. I know there was an awesome power hour, Women in Power last night. So don't be shy. Raise your hand, type some success of mute. Let's just share a few rapid fire wins and successes. Thanks, Malia. How did last night go? Thanks for being on.
Of course. I was actually not on last night, but I heard that it was amazing. No, I've had a bunch of wins in the last week. So on yesterday, I finished an installation in Marietta area, started a roofing project. I'll do roof and solar, which started yesterday. I have an installation in Simi Valley scheduled for Thursday. So it's just crazy. All the urgency with the tax credit has been an amazing driving factor. Literally this week, I have 4 proposals today or 4 presentations today. And then tomorrow I have 3, the next day I have 3. So like the setters on my team have been amazing and helping me book my calendar. If you're new, like just have conversations. People are now open to it. And I don't know, for me, it's been a lot easier of a process to just sign people up. So it's cool to see installations happening. Some big wins this week for me and the team.
Awesome work, Malia. Crushing it. Yeah, I love your social media posts here. You continue to just post really cool content, fun pictures.
Yep, that's the roofing job.
Different events you're into. Yeah, giving back. So
There's a lot of like motorcycle stuff on there. I post a lot of solar too.
No, that's great. I think it should be a mix of personal and work and fun, and I think you hit on that pretty well. So nice work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Malia.
Thanks.
I just want to do a quick shout out for myself. Actually, I signed 2 deals yesterday. One was cash in San Diego. It's a renovation add-on that I've been dripping on for some time. It's my friend's brother. Him and his father-in-law signed up for solar yesterday. They want that tax credit and they want the power walls. I signed up another one from a real estate agent that called me a week ago. And he said, Jonathan, I have a referral, one of my best clients. And I said, do you want the $1,000 or do you want to join as a setter, 30-minute certification, get the bill, and get up to half the commission? He says, sign me up. So he signed up. We presented 2 days later, and 3 days later, after talking with the wife, we signed a 0 down loan with $21,000 tax credit. So, like Malia said, it's heating up. The tax credit news is out there, and now is the time to capitalize on that. Any other wins, success stories? signed up 3 deals in the beginning of July. Benita, nice work. Gosh, I wish they backdated the contest to July 1st, huh?
Yeah, I really wish that. Because all contracts signed before 5th of the July. And then, yeah, if I re-sign, is it okay?
No, send Jonathan Butt an email. Let's all fight for July 1st.
It's already work in progress, JB.
Nice.
Thanks,
Nice,
though.
Benita.
Yeah, thanks.
Colby West signed 3 contracts in July as well, 2 installs on the books. And I know that John Bob Ness and Colby and myself and Chris Mitchell will be in Las Vegas for an in-person event tonight, 6 o'clock. So let me share the Eventbrite here with you all, unless Colby beats me to it. But this is going to be tonight, in-person business explained event, 6 o'clock at RG Electric. So take out your phone. Anyone you know that is in Vegas this week, invite them to this event in person. Go meet Colby, Jonathan, John Bobness, in-person event tonight. All right, let's keep it rolling. Type any more successes, wins. Oh, Tammy, did you have something?
Yeah, can I just add real quick? Because we did get nominated again for the Best Green Realtor. This is I've won it the last 3 years, but we got Power is in there this year. And so I'm going to post the link. And it's been a great opportunity to reach out to hundreds and hundreds of people about solar and real estate. So getting lots of good visibility for that, and working on a really cool partnership with a student group here with the solar. So it's been a good week in spite of all the news.
And I know I voted for you being the best green realtor in Arizona, Tammy. So
Thank you. Yes. So we've got that. And then Power is also it'll be in Arizona. So I'll put the link in here because we can get Power over the top for this award this year if we put some votes in there. So I'll put that in
best
there.
solar company, Power, submitting my vote.
20.
Perfect.
Wonderful. All right. I'll add the link in just a minute. Thank you.
Tammy. So I actually put the link in the chat, everyone. We can vote for Power and Tam as the best solar installer and Tammy as the best green realtor in Arizona. If you could hit that link in the chat and just click the buttons, hit submit at the very bottom, that would be awesome. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. Real estate's the 8th category and solar is the 22nd category.
Very cool. All right. So some next events here. As always, TPO Aurora Sales Success Lounge. And like Monty just talked about, the Monday Power Up and the handoff on Wednesdays is right there. I want to give a little shout out to Owen Carey, Chris Collier with the California Market Development Call. They had Franklin on the call yesterday. So it's Mondays at 10 Pacific is the California Market Development Call. I also want to do a special invitation to the Monday Forum. This Monday, it's a normal Monday Forum. And it is with Good Leap, Dustin Odell, a very strong partner of ours and a very important partner in the next year or two, right? So that is Monday Forum. Go ahead and register for the Monday Forum to hear Good Leap, Dustin Odell. As always, Setter Surge, Market Development Meetings, read your Monday newsletter. Before we get to the Monday newsletter, let's go ahead and do a power perspective of the day. This one is around urgency, especially with this big bill and how to do a little takeaway. So let's go ahead and hear this, how we can use it for our sales consultations.
How's your week going? Great. I know we've got limited time here. Blah, 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 blah. Nope. Hey, my name's John. I'm here from this company, and I have a background in ABC, which is specific to whatever problem that you want to solve. I work closely with so-and-so edified person that you saw on the webinar, and I would love to know what resonated most with you. The real purpose of this call is to see if you qualify for our guarantee. Not everyone does, and it's really based on these 3 factors. So if it's B2B, you'd be like business size, industry, and you're being the owner. Now, instead of a guarantee, you could also say, hey, we want to make sure that you qualify for the bonus, or hey, I want to make sure that you qualify for starting by this time. You're immediately taking it away. and saying, hey, I'm not here to sell. I'm here to first make sure that I can even give you something. And automatically they're leaning in and they're like, ooh, I want something that I'm not immediately having. So you're in the driver's seat. They're the ones who are on the other side hoping to earn your favor.
You guys like that? I thought it was a pretty cool way to start off, lower the wall right off the bat, do a little takeaway. And guess what? We need to see if you're going to qualify for this tax credit that might be going away. Not everybody does. I'm not here to sell you. And it's going to be based around these 2 or 3 things. So thought that was a pretty neat little way to start a meeting consultation out. The social media shareables of the day. This was last week. Snoop Dogg. It's hot. It's summertime. Have some fun. We also shared the latest QCell panel online. And if you go over to my Facebook, you can steal this one today. I will put it in the chat. This one is thanks to Tom Cotter. So he went ahead and put that one here for us today. And let me put the image in the chat or go to my Facebook and steal the image. Of course, I had ChatGPT write me a little script. This is what it feels like when your electric bill chases you down. If you don't have solar, needs to be installed this year. Message me. All right, let's pivot to the newsletter real quick. So today's newsletter that came out yesterday talks about the Summer Champions Contest. The top 20 sellers will win an impact journey to Mexico. Work hard, play hard. We got to go down, build the home in Mexico in 2.5 days. And then we have a day and a half to get wined and dined at the nicest winery, resorts, lunch, brunch, zip lining. It's pretty epic. A few of you here have already been on that. So that's the top 20 winners. The top prizes include a BMW electric scooter over $15,000. Second place earns $5,000. Third place earns $3,000. Fourth through fifth place earns $1,500 each. And we also get custom Powur branded Nikes for the top 20 places. Additional prizes include backpack, polos, and t-shirts for up to 60 different Powur sellers here. To earn points, 10 points, a self-generated contract that you sell. So yesterday I sold a self-gen deal. That was 10 points. If you are a setter or a closer on the deal, and obviously there's a closer or a setter with you on the deal, that is 5 points and 5 points each. If you sponsor a new setter who closes their first deal, you get 3 points. So check this out for you closers on the call real quick. Recruit a setter, like a real estate agent, and help them close their first deal. That's 3 plus 5. That would be 8 points. If you recruit a setter, they tag you and you help them close their first deal. So that's a lovely way to get 8 points and 10 points closing your own deal. And then lastly, sponsor a new setter who completes 1 appointment. That's pretty epic. That's 1 point there as well. All of the contests are on the website. I'll put it in the chat there for you. And you can read more details about the contest. It is till September 30th. A little bit of a public service announcement. If someone's trying to get the 30% tax credit, Powur is giving the guidance that they need to sign up by the end of September. Some markets take longer, some markets are shorter. In Nevada, we might still continue to sell deals with the tax credit past September 30th, but just a PSA, make sure people are signing up. I'm saying mid-September, to be honest. Get in now before the wave happens. So this is a great contest here that we can take advantage of. Now, the ITC, we'll touch on that today, the investment tax credit. The 30% federal tax credit is ending after December 31st, 2025. Projects need to be installed by December 31st, 2025. So I recommend telling people they need to sign up by mid-September to get in, to qualify, depending on what their CPA tells them. The ITC Toolkit has been updated, so I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat. And let's take a quick peek at that. So you can see the graphics. Go solar before it's gone. This is your last chance to get 30% back. Federal incentives gone by 2026. The clock is ticking. So you have posts and you have long format stories as well in the new toolkit. So thank you, Power, for doing that. They even have some scripts you can post as well. If you missed the CEO Mastermind, it was last week. You can watch the recording here. Jonathan paints a great picture on the solar battery industry and the path forward. And you know, I shared this once before, but I would be careful on your wording. This is not doom and gloom. The 30% tax credit, the subsidy that taxpayers help pay into, it was supposed to be gone a few years ago. So when you think of it from that mindset, you know what? That's a good point. The tax rate was actually supposed to be gone like a year or two ago, but it got extended. So we're living in this extra credit cherry on top world where we still have the subsidies, and now it's time for us to grow up, show up, mature, get better. It's going to weed out the bad actors, and I'm pretty excited and optimistic overall about what's on the horizon. I even heard a little whisper that one of our favorite lenders might even be working on a prepaid PPA upfront prepaid PPA coming in fourth quarter this year. So there's going to be new and innovative and exciting products and lending, and we're going to reduce the cost stack and equipment and technology. So it's just going to force us to up level. TPO, PPA, and lease is going to be more important than ever. Starting in fourth quarter this year, you will likely have to be selling 90% TPO. So I highly suggest you start to do the certifications, you start to do the trainings, you start to learn how the contract reads, the buyout, the payoff, and become very, very, very proficient with PPA, lease, TPO products, because that's going to be a good part of our world moving forward by Q4. Powerwall 3 is back on GoodLeap in California. So if you're in California, this pricing is insane. The Safe Harbor GoodLeap Powerwall 3 were one of 3 companies to secure this pricing. Other companies have to add on the Solar Edge or the Enphase to qualify for domestic content. We do not. So when I'm recruiting and I show someone a PPA GoodLeap with a Powerwall 3 proposal and their commission and the price to the homeowner, everyone's blown away. So if you're selling deals in California, look into the GoodLeap Powerwall 3. It's insane pricing. You know what, Malia, you were right. I just assumed you were one of the awesome, powerful women that were on last night, but it was Ashley, Jessica, and Rebecca. So if you were on last night,
Actually, I am on this coming Monday.
oh, cool.
Yes, so I'll be on Power Hour this Monday.
Okay, good. These are solar Saturdays. Well, we'll look forward to the Monday Power Hour. It's a
Woohoo.
great time to invite and build people into the Monday Power Hour. All right, so that's a few updates for you. Social media shareable of the day, contest. You know, we're probably going to move to office hour, Q&A, let you get back into action, back in the field here in just a minute or two. But I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page for the big, beautiful bill. I'll check the chat. If there's any questions, we can come off a chat here in a second. So obviously it passed, and the 30% tax credit is gone this year. The system has to be installed to qualify. We have a new toolkit to help us out. And like I mentioned, just watch your wording a little bit. don't make it so doom and gloom. I heard a story where someone was like, solar's dead next year, and the customer didn't even want to sign up. He actually stopped. So I'm very optimistic. What's coming? We will figure out and lower the price slowly. The leasing rental options will be abundant. There will be battery only options and new things to come. But if you are trying to get a 10, 12, 14, 20 grand tax credit, Mr. Homeowner, we need to get you signed up by September. It needs to be installed this year. Powur is the best platform to take care of you moving forward. So just be careful with the wording, how you present it. And, I'd love to hear any shares on here from any other leaders that are using this language and their messaging out there to really capitalize on this change that's coming up. Yeah, that's a good point, Malia. The utility rates increases are off the charts, especially in California. There's even a Reuters article that shows 100 times the blackouts by 2030. And it's in the training, the Friday training I just dropped in the chat where I cover this. Reuters, I'll put this article, increase blackouts by 100 times by 2030, says the Energy Department.
Yeah. And with all the fires that we just had in California too, LADWP and Edison have to rebuild all their infrastructure. So I can drop an article in the chat, but it was something like $267 million just for the infrastructure in Altadena. And then I saw something about a 40% rate increase for Southern California Edison, which is insane. So even if the incentives or the subsidies tax credit goes away, solar is still going to make sense.
Yep, I can't agree more. I think on the purchase side, we'll be able to take different pricing off of some equipment, some dealer fees will improve, other lending will improve, maybe our 10, 12 grand commissions will come down a bit. Powur will help absorb a little bit, and we will come to a place where it still makes a ton of sense from a purchase perspective. And leasing will continue to look really, really good. So, Bill, go for it.
Yeah, Jonathan, I was just going to say at this time, especially, it's really important to do good discovery because we're at a spot where we can go either way to great advantage for the homeowner. So depending upon their tax appetite, where they're at, and what they're doing, you can go hard at the urgency of the tax credit expiring or leave that out altogether. We have both options, and if we don't lead with our chin, but we find out what it is that is working for the customer, then we can go in that direction and not have to worry about either one, TPO or purchase. Just my two.
I strongly agree with you a ton right now. I'll just add to that even if I'm pitching TPO today, I'm still painting the urgency in the next 60, 70 days because those Powerwall 3s that are safe harbored with GoodLeap for PPAs in California, those aren't going to last forever. Those are going to run out eventually. And then the domestic content requirements are easier this year. They're harder next year. So whatever price we're showing, even on TPO today, is likely going to change by fourth quarter. So whether you're pitching purchase, of course, you're urging the tax credit. But even if you're pitching a PP or lease, everyone, I'm painting the picture as very similar. I can only honor this price for 60 days. The equipment, pricing, batteries will change come fourth quarter. So all right, y'all. Well, I didn't have too much for you today. I'm glad Monty was able to hop on for a bit and we can just button up the contest and the big, beautiful bill. I know there's a lot of trainings this week and next week, and we're preparing for the in-person Las Vegas event tonight. So at this time, I'll go ahead and stop the recording. We'll do Q&A and some open office hour. and go ahead and go get it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, JB.